Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
You know
Oh,
that.
thank you for saying that, Kunal.
Exactly.
You know, one producer at home, and I'm
I can.
feeling like, oh wow, it's very humbling. You know, the kind of reactions that we've been getting from people. People are writing long messages like essays.
Hi everyone, welcome to India Forums, and we have with us. I mean, not that really she needs any introduction as such. Everybody knows how fantastic she is, but she just keeps on proving time and again. And of course, we have with us Vidya Balan. Hi Vidya, welcome to India Forums.
Hi, Kunal.
Fantastic. And of course, straight away, right off the bat, the question that probably you answered already a lot, but I have to ask you, how has the response to Jalsa been so far?
Unbelievable. you know, it's always wonderful when people enjoy a film of yours and enjoy your performance. But when they connect with the story in such a personal way, it's very humbling, you know, the kind of reactions that we've been getting from people. People are writing long messages like essays. And the kind of things that they're sharing, the little things they've observed from the film, the nuances, the layers, you know, all that Suresh was trying to say through some moments that we thought, you know, maybe no one would notice.
Yes.
It's all added up and people are talking about all that, and I'm feeling like, oh wow. You know,
Absolutely.
it's such a great feeling.
That's true, because I think that is what even I felt when I saw it. And I was
Right.
like, it's all about subtlety. And if a Bollywood film is able to do that after such a long time, I'm all for it. So yes, I totally understand what you mean by that.
Yeah, you know,
Uh,
and Kunal, my parents, my sister, my husband, my team, my cousin, so many people are sending me messages sent to them by other people.
Correct.
So it feels lovely that they're wanting to reach out in that way, you know, to
Right.
me and let me know about the film in some way. It feels very special.
Fantastic. That is exactly what I felt. You know, it is amazing how, you know, this whole, there is, you know, obviously, you know, there has been whole splurge of, you know, having a female-led cinema in Bollywood, but that's been very recent. It's only like the past 6-7 years on the top we are talking about. But it is fantastic how you have always been in that zone since your debut film Parinita until Jalsa being the latest one. So while everybody is hopped on to this trend and to this changing times right now, you've always been there constantly. How does it feel? You know, how does it feel to be in that and, you know, to be the propeller of that?
I don't think I'm the propeller of that at all, but I'm very greedy, Kunal.
Yes.
So I was the first one to jump onto that wagon in the first place, only because of my greed as an actor.
Yeah.
And I think I was at the right place at the right time. You know, we've been seeing the changing face of women in the world in the past decade or so. And when that happens, any change in the world, any change in society is bound to find reflection on screen. So we began to be represented on screen. And I think I was at that juncture where I was not wanting to do films that I was indifferent to. I wanted to do films that excited me and challenged me and fulfilled me. And that's when I picked up these films, and these films started working. You know, initially conservatively, but more and more and more slowly. And
Right.
therefore, people thought that, oh, films with Vidya are doing well. Then slowly they started seeing that they started investing in films with other female actors also, and realized that, oh, all these films are working. Some don't work,
Of
but
course.
a lot of these films have worked. You know, and that's what's encouraged. Therefore, I don't think it's a trend. I think it's here to stay.
Absolutely.
Women's stories are here to stay. You know, and hopefully someday we'll have an equal number of women and men's stories.
That's correct. Absolutely. And you know what's another fascinating thing? I read, you know, other interviews and I saw the interviews involving you talking about Jalsa. I was very fascinated by, you know, when it was mentioned that you were initially very skeptical to take this path, but because, and you meant your answer was that you judged the character initially, but then obviously you were, you know, you eased into it. Why do you think that happened with you? And now that, you know, Jalsa has worked and it's, you know, not worked for you as an actor as well, are you a lot more open and a lot more, unbiased about, or, as you said, you're a little more open to having characters coming to you where morals are questioned?
Yeah, I think, that was my concern with playing Maya Menon, because all my characters, I've been asked this, but you've done bold roles before.
Yeah.
Where have you ever shied away from playing the unconventional? That's not the point here. There was a moral ambiguity to Maya Menon. I think that's what was slightly intimidating for me as an actor, because I want people to feel empathy for my characters.
Exactly.
And I felt like, oh, maybe this, in this case, because I also felt like, Arey, why would you drive away?
Yeah, exactly.
It was my naivety that made me feel that way. But when the pandemic happened, I saw a new side to myself and to the world around me. I realized that we actually don't know how we would behave unless we're in that particular situation. I think because my mind opened up to that, I could then revisit Jalsa and do it. And I'm so glad that change happened. So I definitely think, and now that, I've done Jalsa, doing Jalsa itself made me greedy to play parts that are not just,
Yeah.
I, I, I don't mean to say, what is the right word? Also, I think it's opened me up to play
Yes,
characters
exactly.
that are more grey.
Yeah, exactly. That are more great.
That are not necessarily easy to
Black and
relate
white.
to or have empathy for. So, and with the fact that I'm receiving so much love, I think I'm getting more and more encouraged.
Absolutely. But now that you mentioned that, I me as a viewer and someone who loves the cinema, an actor like you, I mean, I would love to see you do an out and out absolute negative character, because where where you will not question the morals, because you know what you sign up for. Something
Right.
like a Joker in a Batman universe, where you know
Oh,
that.
thank you for saying that, Kunal.
Exactly.
I
Well,
actually told Siddharth I'd love to play Joker.
that is so amazing. I would
Yeah.
love to see a female Joker, and especially if you're doing it, it would be so good.
Thank you. I hope that happens now that
Exactly.
we
But
put it out into the universe.
absolutely. But so are you open to something like that now that you mentioned that? Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I want to do an out and out, like a Joker sort of character. I don't know whether I want to call it negative, but but whatever that kind of character is. But also I want to do an out and out comedy like a Chaplin.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're two ends of the spectrum in a sense.
That is
But
true.
of course, I'm not very imaginative, so I'm only going by references I already have.
course,
and
of
we have
course.
fantastic writers who I hope will use these references and create something novel and original and come to me with it.
Totally.
Fingers
I
crossed.
think I think that's the best part about it, that the way you've perceived your career so far, I'm pretty much certain that writers and director will envision you in a character like that, as opposed to others where you're boxed in a certain
Right.
character or something.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Absolutely. A couple of more questions. One being, where you were doing movies. Obviously, the last cup, I think you were also, fortunately or unfortunately, you also belong to those breed of actors lately who've had multiple releases on the OTT platform. So
Right.
Shaini, Shakuntala Devi, and now Jalsa, not just Amazon, but in general otherwise. But there was this time where, from I think after Dirty Picture and all that stuff, after Kahani even, till I think Tumhari Sulu happened, there was this time where, you had a string of box office unsuccessful, there was a streak of films that was not unsuccessful, only successful on the box office. Some of them were acclaimed, your work was acclaimed, but they did not do too well at the box office.
Yeah.
And obviously, people started having their questions and apprehensions about it. Do you think that, now that this whole splurge of OTT and that the fact that your films have done so well on OTT, do you feel much more liberal as an actor making your choices, or do you feel that, okay, whenever a theatrical release happens again, I am back with that pressure?
Oh, absolutely. I'm more than happy. See, I'm very greedy. So I want to have releases across platforms, and also in the theater.
Yeah.
I am really medium agnostic, so I want to have releases in all mediums, across mediums. So whatever is, for example, Jalsa, I think was deserved an OTT release,
Yes,
right? Because it takes you to 240 countries and territories at one go. And this is
definitely.
more universal in theme, in the telling, in the storytelling and everything. So I just feel that this is the best thing that could have happened for Jalsa. But maybe my next film will release in the theaters. And maybe
Yes,
the film after that will go back to OTT. Or, I don't know. It really
Hmm.
depends on the film.
That's true. That's true. Correct. Yeah, fantastic. And after such a long innings, a decade and a half, you've been in the movies. That's amazing. And you've had some of the best films and some of the best characters. While you mentioned that you're greedy as an actor, you want to do everything. What are the kind of roles, or what is the kind of thing that drives you the most when it comes to choosing a film? Obviously, apart from the fact that it has to be a great character, great script, but every actor has something in their mind, so probably they just want to grab onto it.
No, I think the fact that I'm actually a very impatient and restless person who gets bored very easily drives me to choose characters and stories that I've not done before.
Right.
When I feel like, oh, there's something new to do, there's a new challenge, or there's a new type of story,
Right.
or just a story that tugs at my heart, or a story that makes me smile throughout.
Yes.
Something. It's a very instinctive decision. There's no strategy in the way I choose. So
Right.
I don't know what kind of roles I want to do also.
Correct. Fantastic. And You Back Nutcut, which was another fantastic short film that obviously got all the acclaim. But so do we see you backing projects a lot more when it comes to film shows or anything soon?
No, yeah, I don't see myself as producer at all. We have
Yeah.
one producer at home, and I'm.
I can.
But having said that, I don't think I have it in me to be producer, honestly.
Okay.
Because a producer has to really, take care of so much.
Yes.
Be present all the time. There's crisis management all the time. There's handling of egos. There's handling of the money. I want to be handled. I don't want to be handling anyone else.
Right. Amazing. And as I just one other question being that it's amazing that you've had films on OTT consecutively now, but you are yet to make your debut on a web show, which again is another thing that actors just seem to hop onto it. Even the biggest of names are doing that. Do we see that happening anytime soon? And if we do, what is the kind of what is your aspiration to come up with?
I'm a little wary of making a long-term commitment, which is
Okay.
why I've not said yes to anything. But tomorrow, if something blows my mind, I will do it.
Yeah.
And there is an idea we've been working on. The director Ritesh Batra, Ronnie
Yes.
Screwvala, and I have teamed up to bring Indira
Yes.
to a platform. I don't know which platform. I don't know when that will happen, but work is underway.
Fantastic. I mean, I really hope to see, because I think long-term form, content is another thing which is amazing if done right.
Right.
So, and having you being at the helm, I think it's going to be amazing if it ever happens at the soonest.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Vidya. Thank you so much. Just one parting thought. You do have some projects lined up. One with Pratik Gandhi, and there's some other in the works as well. So, can you just whatever you can tell us about that?
The film with Pratik Gandhi also stars Ileana De Cruz and
Yes.
Sendil Ramamurthy. And it's been directed by Shisha Guha Thakurta, who's a first-time feature filmmaker, but she's,
Right.
A very prolific ad filmmaker.
Yeah.
And it's a relationship story. It's been produced by Ellipsis Entertainment. I don't know when it will release,
Yeah.
but we finished shooting for it. Hopefully by mid this year it should release.
And anything else you already have lined up, or you in the talks for, apart from?
I'm starting Anu Menon's film for Abundant Shah Entertainment again.
Okay.
Fourth time in a row. Very soon. I don't know the exact dates, but very soon.
Sure. Fantastic. Anything you come up, everybody's excited to see. So thank you so much, Vidya. It was an absolute
Thank
pleasure
you.
talking to you. Look
Similarly,
forward to
thank
something
you.
else.
Thank you.